All right, does everybody who want one have a shaker? All right, so please rise in body or spirit to sing our gathering hymn, This Little Light of Mine, number 118, and ring your bells. And isn't that so much fun? Thank you to Aviva for providing those. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Hillsborough. We are an open and welcoming community. Whoever you are, member, friend, or guest, and whatever has brought you here in whatever method, we are glad that you have come. We are a community of liberal, open-minded people who strive to connect with one another in love. We are defined by covenant rather than by a statement of belief or creed. We support each other in spiritual growth, deepening of faith, and challenge one another to find more love and deep truth inside ourselves and in the world. My name is Heather Kraft, and I am the worship coordinator for today's service. As a lay-led congregation, there is so much love and work that goes into making this service every week, and we want to give a heartfelt thanks to all of our volunteers. Today, we're doing our service in celebration of all the people throughout the centuries who have lit candles in this season of darkness and cold. Some light them for warmth, some for light, and many in celebration. We have presentations today on 5 different celebrations that involve candles. Before we begin, we're going to take a moment to share any announcements, and the first is to remember to put your cell phone in silent mode. Like I just did. Are there any more announcements for the good of the community?
Sure. Remember that Christmas Eve, we just have one service. It's going to be at 5 p.m. So be sure to come to that. And then on the 31st, which is a Sunday, we're going to have a very spectacular service that involves fire, lighting things on fire. We really would love for you all to be here for that.
The RE class is collecting snacks and items to support kids in need at New Hope Elementary. We made snowflakes with items needed to put them on the board outside the RE room. If you would like to help, take a snowflake and bring it back with the team item list on it by December 7th. Thanks for help.
2 announcements next week. Is it 15? We're going to have caroling.
The
It's in the
16th.
evenings, huh?
It's on the 16th.
On the 16th, okay, caroling. I believe it's 5:30 inside. We'll have a few light little snacks going on and sing some Christmas carols, and that's that. The other announcement is that coffee hour, as you can see, has been moved out to the sanctuary. And I hope all that's going well. We have to be a little extra careful. You know, we're cutting down on snacks, you guys, so it's coffee hour. And if you want to bring something, you can to share. And if there's any left over, you need to take it home afterwards, because we're trying to keep the food in the fridge on the low side. Coffee hour sign up. You know, the paper disappeared because coffee hour became this, I don't know, kind of a little mess. And so we're going to have coffee hour sign up again, just to help prepare coffee and clean up afterwards. And I would just stress the cleanup is equally as important, because not everybody can stay after every time. So we're going to have prep, cleanup, and I'll just make this and set it on the table, okay?
Thank you.
Two very quick announcements. The Governance Council will meet in the library, not the yurt, because we can't hear when it's raining. And that'll be at noon. That's an open meeting if anyone would like to attend. And the facilitated conversation about the new mission is happening on Thursday. Please be sure to sign up. There's a registered Zoom link in the e-news. Thank you.
All right, because of the nature of our special program today, we will be lighting our chalice as part of the Festivals of Candlelight, but we are going to begin by creating our, I'm going to start that sentence again. So now let us begin to create our worship together with our call to worship.
That would be you.
That would be you.
Our call to worship today is The Wonder All Around Us by Scott Taylor. Think, friends, of the sky, of the stars that dance like fireworks overhead. Think of the trees, budding or bare, and the rivers and rain, all a part of this living, breathing earth that makes our living and breathing possible. Think, too, and look at all the faces that surround you. What a wonder it is that we don't have to travel this world alone. All of it is a miracle. All of it is mystery. All of it deserves our awe. And so, may the lights that we kindle in this service and the time that we share now illuminate all the astonishing preciousness of it all. Please rise in body or spirit as we sing our opening hymn, number 241, In the Bleak Midwinter.
Ours is a welcoming community where we find connection, a sharing community where our joys are celebrated, and a caring community where our sorrows are lessened. Each Sunday, we take some time to reflect on the special happenings that have occurred this week among our members and friends. Some choose to share aloud, while others choose to remain silent. Here, we make room for both. For those of you who would like to share aloud, please take a moment before we begin to center yourself so that what you share is personal, heartfelt, and brief. When you're ready, come forward to the side mic, tell us your name, and share what's in your heart. When you're finished, you may release a stone into the vase, which is over on this side, because our altar is full. If you're joining us online and you would like to share something, please type it into the chat and let us know whether you'd like it read aloud, and we'll be happy to drop a stone for you. I'm actually going to go For those of you who prefer to silently acknowledge the joys and sorrows remaining in your heart, we invite you to come to the altar and release a stone into the vase in silence while Aviva play. I think I have the wrong one in my script. Dark of Winter. After she has played it through, you're invited to join us in singing. The words are printed in your order of service. We hold all of these things within the heart of this community, both spoken and unspoken, by remaining silent for a moment as we consider what has been shared and how we might respond. Let us close with Amen and blessed be. Amen.
Whether we call it festivals of light, celebrations of candlelight, or sacred fires of faith and hope, today's message, from many cultures and different eras of our human history, present the various time-honored rituals of light overcoming darkness and hope overcoming fear. We'll begin by a brief invocation by Maureen Killeran. Blessed be you, Spirit of life, who guides us to light candles in this festal time. Blessed be you, Spirit of healing, who works miracles of hope for our hearts to see. Blessed be you, Spirit of light, who sustains our life, lifts us up, and brings us to this season of joy, hope, and love. Blessed be.
The story and spirit of the Unitarian Universalist chalice, well, presented by me. In the center of our altar is our flaming chalice, the symbol of Unitarian Universalism. Even though it is not associated with any one particular holiday season, the flaming chalice has, over the course of time, come to represent the celebration of hope, inspiration, community, and religious liberty. The flaming chalice did not officially become a UU symbol until the 1950s. However, during the Middle Ages, when only the clergy were allowed to drink from the communion cup, a priest from Prague named Jan Hus courageously defied the Catholic Church by serving his congregation both the bread and the wine, effectively declaring that all people have equal access to the divine. After Jan Hus's death, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but I'm doing my best, His followers continued to share the full communion with one another in secret and took up the flaming chalice as their symbol, representing, as we often say today, the light of truth, the warmth of community, and the fire of commitment. Then, much later, during World War II, the Reverend Charles Joy, director of the Unitarian Service Committee, asked his friend Hans Dusch, an Austrian artist and political dissident, to create a symbol that would represent the spirit of their work. At the time, the Unitarian Service Committee, a rescue and relief operation, was helping Unitarians, Jews, and other persecuted groups escape the Nazis. Since Nazi informers were numerous, Reverend Joy felt that the organization needed a secret symbol of hope to use in all of their clandestine communications to ensure refugees that they were in good hands as they traveled in a network much like the Underground Railroad. And thus, the symbol of the flaming chalice was created. The organization first began using this symbol in French refugee camps, and soon it was understood that anyone carrying a note with a flaming chalice could be trusted. Sympathizers would draw the symbol in the dirt outside their homes as a signal to those in need of a place to stay. Therefore, a light in the darkness, a shelter in the storm. The flaming chalice means even more to UUs today. Even though it is not a flame associated specifically with festivals and holy days of winter, it means that UUs everywhere honor all sincere religious and cultural beliefs that give meaning and hope to life. It means that we can simultaneously celebrate Yule, Hanukkah, Christmas, and Kwanzaa with reverence and draw strength and insight from these varied beliefs and rituals. And we will do just that as we celebrate, in their historical/chronological order, the lighting of these candles in these time-honored religious celebrations. It means that all people are welcome here. Indeed, we proclaim, come, come, whoever you are. May it always be so. And we're going to close with a reading of Lighting of the Chalice by Denise Tracy. For centuries, people have told stories, celebrated life, and approached the ultimate while gathered around a fire. Today, we light this chalice, that the hearth fire of our hearts may be rekindled, that our stories may be retold, that we might celebrate life anew, and that we might approach what is of ultimate value. Please rise in body or spirit as we sing hymn number 188, Come, Come, Whoever You Are. We'll be doing this in rounds, so side, side, side.
We'll do it in unison.
Unison one time.
Yeah.
There we go.
Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come. Come, come, whoever you are. Come, come, whoever you are. Wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Ours is no yet again, God is there. Come yet again, whoever you are. Wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of dismay. Ours is no yet again, God is there. Come yet again, come.
Good morning. My name is Molly, and I'm going to be reading you the meaning of Yule. In about a week or so, the winter solstice is going to be taking place on the northern hemisphere, which means that the daylight will be sort of like equal with the nighttime. In ancient times, they believed that the sun stood completely still at this time of year, which is why solstice is sol, which means sun, and stis for static. Now we know that that's not really the case, and we're always rotating, the sun's always going, and that the longer days will be returning to us. In the ancient times, they believed that lighting candles and fires, that they could coax the daylight, the longer days to return. And when they did start to return, they celebrated by lighting more lights and developing associated rituals. Yule is the Celtic name for the celebration of the winter solstice. Since ancient times, people all over the world have held celebrations this time of year. And we know that in Christian times, the return of the light was honored by these rites of fire. There are bonfires on the hillsides, candles in the windows, and Yule logs in the fireplace. And the continuing of the light, even in the darkest night of the year, was also celebrated with the decorations of evergreens like holly, ivy, and mistletoe. At all the feasts, the four quarters of the earth were acknowledged, and contemporary nature worshippers, Christians, and witches still call upon the spirits of the four quarters, or the four directions, the four elements. In this congregation, we still honor the four directions in our worship services each solstice and equinox by lighting 4 candles. And I am going to be reading for that The Lighting of the Four Directions by Joan Goodwin. East, the spirit of the east, spirit of air, of morning and springtime. Be with us as the sun rises in times of beginning, times of planting. Inspire us with the fresh breath of courage as we go forth into new adventures. South, spirit of the south, spirit of fire, of noontime and summer. Be with us through the heat of the day and help us to be ever growing. Warm us with the strength and energy for the work that awaits us. West, spirit of the west, spirit of water, of evening and autumn, be with us as the sun sets and helps us to enjoy a rich harvest, flow through us with a cooling, healing quietness, and bring us peace. North, spirit of the north, spirit of earth, of nighttime and winter, be with us in the darkness and the time of gestation, ground us in the wisdom of the changing seasons, as we celebrate the spiraling journey of our lives. And now join me in singing hymn 235, Deck the Halls.
Hello, I'm Gabby, and I'm not good at public speaking. Okay, so this is the Miracle of Hanukkah.
Hanukkah, also known as the Festival of Lights, is a religious celebration in the Jewish tradition. The timing is based upon the moon rather than the sun, so the dates are changeable. This year, it started on December 7th. Hanukkah is celebrated for 8 days to honor a miracle that happened long ago in the 2nd century BCE. After the temple was destroyed by conquerors, Judah Maccabee and his followers drove them from Jerusalem, and the people of Maccabee were allowed to return to their temple. They hurried to rekindle the sacred lamp, which was always supposed to be burning, but found there was only enough oil for 1 day of burning. They had faith enough to light it anyway, and it stayed lit for 8 days until they had time to prepare new oil for the lamp. The menorah holds 8 candles, 1 for each day of the miraculous burning, as well as the shamash, or servant candle, from which the others are lighted. As each candle is lit, a prayer is said for the values that the Jewish people hold dear: joy, truth, justice, courage, freedom, faith, hope, and love. We will hear the traditional blessings. Actually, we won't, because I don't have them written down. And we will do the English translation.
I can do the blessing.
Okay, well, if Aviva would like to do the blessings, then she can.
You can light the candles while I'm doing the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Shasani sim be'avoteinu bayamim hahem uvazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai shehechianu vekimanu vehigianu Lasman Haseh.
Okay, now I'm going to do the English translation, because this at least I can read. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the Hanukkah lights. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of all, who performed wondrous deeds for our ancestors in days of old at this season. We kindle these lights because of the wondrous deliverance you performed for our ancestors. During these 8 days of Hanukkah, these lights are sacred. We are not to use them, but only to behold them, so that their glow may rouse us to give thanks for your wondrous acts of deliverance. In the synagogue during Hanukkah, this reading from the book of Numbers would be spoken. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to Aaron and his sons, saying, Thus you shall bless the Israelites. You shall say to them, The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. So they shall put my name on the Israelites, and I will bless them." And now, if you will join us on hymn 221, Light One Candle.
Sacrifice, just as
The gifts of Advent. On the Christian calendar, this time of year is known as the season of Advent. The word Advent means coming or arrival. The traditional Christian church calendar celebrates the coming of long-awaited Messiah and the light that his birth brings to the world. By recognizing each of the 4 Sundays preceding on Christmas, today is the second Sunday of Advent. It is a time to celebrate the coming of light in the midst of darkness, and a time of expectation, preparation, quiet reflection, and sharing. Christians celebrate each of these 4 Sundays by lighting 1 candle each week in a particular wreath. The colors may vary from church to church, but traditionally there are 3 purple or blue candles and 1 pink one. These 4 colored candles represent the gifts to the world: hope, faith, joy, and peace. The lighting of the Advent candles. So now let us each light these 4 candles in a circle. The first week's candle is the candle of hope, also known as the prophet's candle. The second week's candle is the candle of faith, or the Bethlehem candle. The third, the pink candle, is the candle of joy. Pink stands for joy, known as the shepherd's candle. The 4th week's candle is the peace or love candle, known as the angel's candle. Then there is the final 5th white candle in the center of the wreath, representing the Christ child who brings light to the world, which is traditionally lit on Christmas Eve. For the purpose of our celebration today, we will go ahead and light this candle now and honor this day as Christmas Eve, 14 days in advance. A reading from the New Testament. Now the birth of Jesus Christ took place in this way. When his mother Mary had been betrothed to Joseph before they came together, she was found with child of the Holy Spirit, and her husband Joseph, being a just man, unwilling to put her to shame, resolved to divorce her quietly. But as he considered this, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream, saying, Joseph, son of David, do not fear to take Mary as your wife. For that which is conceived in her Holy Spirit, she will bear a son, and you shall call his name Jesus. For he will save his people from their sins. All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had spoken by the prophet. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son. His name shall be called Emmanuel, which means God with you. When Joseph woke from sleep, he did as the angel of the Lord commanded him. In those days, a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be enrolled, and all went to be enrolled, each to his own city. And Joseph also went up from Galilee, from the city of Nazareth to Judea, to the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was the house and lineage of David, to be enrolled with Mary, his betrothed, who was with child, and while they were there, the time came for her to be delivered, and she gave birth to her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no place for them in the inn. Hymns 46, O little Bethlehem. Please rise and bow your heads.
Hi, my name is Amber, and this is my son Russell, and today we're speaking on the principles of Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is from the Swahili word meaning first fruits of the harvest. It was created in 1966 as a celebration of family, community, and African culture. Kwanzaa is not a religious holiday, but rather a cultural one, and thus may be practiced by peoples of African descent regardless of their religious faith. And like many other cultural or minority celebrations, other people are welcome to participate as long as they honor and respect the meaning and purpose of the ritual. It begins on December 26th and ends on New Year's Day. It is based on 7 principles that build strong families and communities. First, a central place in the home is chosen for the kinara, the special candle holder. A table is then spread with a beautiful African cloth. A mat is placed over the cloth and the kinara is placed in the center. Then ears of corn and other crops representing the importance of children in the community and family. Next, a unity cup used to pour libations in honor of the ancestors, and finally, African art objects and books on the life and culture of African people. On each of the 7 days, one of the 7 principles of the holiday is discussed and a candle is lit. The center black candle represents the people. Red candles designate the struggles of the people. Green, the hope that springs from struggle. Umoja, the center black candle, is for unity, to strive for a principled and harmonious togetherness in the family, in the community, in the nation, and in the world. Kuji Chagulia, the first red candle, is for self-determination, to define ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. Ujima, the first green candle, is for collective work and responsibility, to build and maintain our community together, to make our sisters' and brothers' problems our problems, and to solve them together. Ujima, the second red candle, is for cooperative economics, to build our businesses, control the economics of our own communities, and to share in all communities' work and wealth. Nia, a second green candle, is for purpose, to make our collective vocation the building and development of our community, to restore our people in the traditional greatness. Kuumba, the last red candle, is for creativity, to do as much as we can in whatever way we can, to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than it was when we inherited it. Imai, the last green candle, is for faith, to have faith to believe good will always happen. Please join us for hymn number 147, When All the Peoples on the Earth.
And thus we honor these various festivals of candlelight, these long-standing faith and cultural rituals, because each one brings joy and hope and strength to various cultural and spiritual communities. And isn't that what worship and shared experiences are all about? Blessed be May they always be so.
Each week, we take up a monetary offering to support our social justice work in the community. This support comes in the form of donations. This month, our community partner is New Hope Elementary School. You may donate by putting cash or a check in the basket. Please make checks out to UUCH and put plate in the subject line. You may also donate by going online to our website, uuchnc.org, or scanning the QR code in your bulletin. And we will be hearing The Christians and the Pagans by Dar Williams, performed by Lori Etter and Caroline Welty. Hope you enjoy.
But we love trees, we love the snow.
Please join me in the prayer of collective gratitude found in your order of service. For the love that surrounds us every morning, for the friends beside us, and for the generous gifts just received, let us be truly grateful.
For our closing words, we have a responsive reading today called Candles Have Been Lighted for Centuries. I'll read the first line and then we all join in. Candles have been lighted for centuries as symbols to brighten the darkness of winter days and bring hope and courage to our minds, to lend warmth to the coldness of winter days and warm our hearts with love and understanding. There is magic in candlelight. The magic that one candle can kindle a flame in many others, yet not diminish its own light. Candles help us celebrate the holidays. As we light our candles this holiday season, may we remember to share it with others, passing it on wherever there is a dark place where love can enlighten. Please rise in body or spirit as we sing our closing hymn, We Wish You Blessed Holidays. We'll sing it through twice. New words. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Happy Hanukkah. We wish you a festive Kwanzaa and a Yule of good cheer. Glad tidings we bring to you and your King. We wish you blessed holidays and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Happy Hanukkah. We wish you a festive Kwanzaa and a Yule of good cheer. Glad tidings we bring to you and your King. We wish you blessed holidays and a Happy New Year. Please be seated. We now say farewell and adieu to the candles of our festival. First, in reverse order, candles of Kwanzaa. The candles of Advent. Due to the candles of Hanukkah. And to the candles of solstice and Yule.
Please join me as we extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Peace, amen, shalom, and blessed be.